This broadcast is inappropriate for all ages, right here on the Play Spot. I am Kamurai, and we're here today to talk about things, games, and stuff I've been doing. I've had a few unboxing videos go up on there, on the Gaming Division channel recently, so you can check those out. Syd and I played Castle Crashers earlier today again. We got a little bit farther. It's good to get progress into the world a little bit. We actually got to cross the river. And I completely forgot about the rest of that half of the continent, or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much, I played a ton of the left side, and I very little on the right side, so I'm real happy to get over to that, and that we're having a good time with that. What was I say? And I finished Knight. So dissatisfying, such a dissatisfying ending. It's really like, well, now you're dead, now you're gone. Who cares? It's really like, what? What was I doing this whole game? There's a happy lining to it, but it really dissatisfying game overall. And on top of that, I had all the crashes. I think if I wasn't doing crash and plays, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. And still having crashes. I thought we were clear after last week. And then I got a power supply after they cropped up again, and I don't know what's wrong unless it's just my video card. So I may have to replace that now. I don't know. I don't understand why. I'm used to things like, if it's not gonna work, it doesn't work. Not like, oh, we'll let it work for a while, and then indeterminate time, we're suddenly going to stop. So there's that. I had a game night. Not a lot to talk about that because it came down to playing like this spy game. It's a line game. It's just not fun for me to play. It's more fun for me to watch people lie to each other. I just don't enjoy it. It's not part of my world. It's not a thing I do. So bleh. But that was Spyfall. It's got some interesting mechanics to it. And then Kamurai. It's basically telephone with pictures. I don't know. Like, it was fun, but I didn't want to do it all night. And when we had the After Dark, that was the fun bit, because then, like, oh, now we're drawing dirty stuff that people think is obscene, and I'm just like, haha, whatever. Here's a dick. Enjoy. I actually started to feel bad after a while because I had to pass as the same lady each time. It's like, ooh, I'm actually feeling bad that you're sitting next to me now. And then but we got to play. I got Barbarossa on the table finally. Oh, we did try Karate Fight, but nobody was in the mood for it apparently. Because I pulled it out and I was like, hey, we do this, and it's a game where, like, if you're not open to it, you're not gonna fucking like that game at all. And that's fine. Everything's not for everybody. I'm not even a real fan. I was just like, hey, I have this. Why not try it out? So yeah, that probably won't come back out. What was I gonna say? So I spent some time with getting the Super Dungeon ready for tabletop. It's so much work. It really is. There's a lot of assets to that. And the biggest problem is the tiny cards, because I guess you don't have to, but I'm making them all the same size. So maybe that's on me. Ivory, shut up. I'm trying to do a thing. Trying to think. Oh, mobile gaming. What do I have on here so that I can finally get rid of? Like, I've started playing Bridges on Free Flow. Free Flow, if you don't know, I've talked about the Flow Free. It's all about. It's like you've got dots on a map and you got to connect them, but you can't overlap, and you have to fill every space. Bridges, there are designated spots where you can overlap. So it adds another element to it. Interesting to play through that. I think I can continue playing through that. I got stuck on the more extreme boards for it. And then Here's the Steel. Really amazed that it's such a good story and everything. But I quickly after just after I really came to that conclusion, then like, wow, this is really a good full story here. I got to the end of it, and there's like, hey, you got to pay for it if you want anything else. And it's like, that's fair, but I'm not going to. Because just for playing games on my phone, like I just don't feel like it's really worth it. If I'm gonna pay for something, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the $14 or whatever and get Final Fantasy Tactics for my phone. And I may do that, I may not, I don't know yet. I've got other things I've got to do, and I'd like to stay off my phone, if at all possible, to get some of those things done. It's just there's just so much. And I'm finally managed to get caught up, and then life gets in the way again, so I'm not nearly as far. I'd actually planned on doing like 2 or 3 playthroughs today, and I was just too tired by the time I got time today, and I did Castle Crashers with Syd, and then I lit Syd, and I had some hardware issues anyway, so it's good that I didn't try then. But what's coming up? This week I want to try to get Super Dungeon Tactics. I want to show that off a little bit. Show why I think it's kind of dog shit. I think it's unfair to say it and then not show and talk about it. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully I'll stream some Minecraft. Play a little bit. I'll circle back to that in a little bit. But Q World, Bejeweled 3, Command & Conquer, what is it, Red Alert 2, Wing Commander 3. Those are all 3 games available on Origin that I know I'm not going to play for an extended period of time. And I was actually considering doing like Titanfall or something, just something silly and fun that I can play for free and not worry about. Because it's basically a dead game, and EA just wants it to be known in the world still. So if they ever bring out Titanfall 2, hopefully they have a campaign or something that'll actually survive it. Yeah, just silly little games I can do, like quick one-offs, and then I think I am going to go to Sun Age, because I had a request for that. I did like the game, it was on the list, and it's not Spellforce, but I'm going to try it out. I got to see if I have my data from it still or not. Because some of these games, like it's really unclear whether or not it saves to the cloud or whatever, so you don't know you have it until you go to try to play it. Yeah, so, but until I get this Tabletop Simulator module done, I don't know what's gonna be. That's my designated game time is going towards that, essentially. Of course, like it's just like any time I can spare towards it so I can get it done. Because if I can get that done, then I'm gonna have a good time coming after that. So real quick, because we don't have Syd or anyone else here today with me, and I really had very little it felt like I had very little to talk about. Maybe I have more than I'm thinking, but let's go over to Minute in Minecraft. So this is a server. Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll use, I don't know, like this bright pink or whatever. So this will be the color that we use, but I'm gonna go to a smaller size paintbrush. Okay, so now for anyone who hasn't been, because I haven't done this in a while, we didn't start in Bethla. We started near the Ravine Farm here. There's actually like the original spawn point, I think somewhere over there. You would think it would be at 0-0, but I really don't think it is. Because I just ran like east or whatever, so I think it was actually here somewhere, like right around here. And then I just ran over here and we started this farm, and then somebody else got in and they just started wandering, and I think, yeah, they just went until they found this, and the other person went and like found the coast, and then went up here, and then landed actually like right here. She made a little hovel, and then I went over here and started making a garrison, and then they built a city here on the coast. We've got portals here that go to the nether and who the fuck knows where. Just random pathways. And then, because this is all ocean over here, people kind of spreaded this way. So like we had someone build a hut here, a tree fort over here. Um, Somebody went a little farther inland away from where we were doing things. Made his tower over there. He's actually got a lot of stuff there, so his property is probably like this. And then she decided to fuck off and find somewhere that we couldn't get to, and then we found it anyways. And he flew a wyvern over there, so there's that. I still have no idea where the fuck this came from. This is a big old question mark. So the blue line kind of came from trying to string all this nonsense together. And then while we were fortifying Bethla up here, we actually ended up running, and given what's here, we definitely went south, and then apparently we went east. So this is wrong. We didn't do this. We must have gone south towards here, because we definitely wanted to go here. And then we went to Kayla's, and then we started going this way for whatever reason. And we eventually found Vale. That may have been from like server popping, I don't know. And then we ended up finding Spencer as well, but I know we ended up activating the admin just to like fly around and try to find some desert, which the desert is like here. This was the closest desert, and it was still like 5,000 from Bethla. I think the next closest was 7,000 north, over like a lot of ocean, which probably actually would have been easier to get to. So we ended up, apparently we ran this way because we found farmers, and then we found the desert, and we found Feralpe was actually a good place to settle down to build the glass factory. And so the blue line actually came up from trying to connect all this nonsense so that we could get a factory together and start pouring glass out of there. And then at some point after that, I moved the center to Vale because it just didn't make sense that we were so far from everything. Vale's kind of is in the middle of everything. And then partly to find something new to go on, partly because I wanted them, I started searching for the new ores, the more ores. So I found some stuff out here, and I swear to God, I found these at one point and I forgot about where they were. But so however I started from the tree fort, and just kind of went this way, and then eventually I found like a peach tree or something, and then as we were lining up the rail, we ended up finding these as well. And these are sites where there's trees. We don't know if there's ores. I don't think we've been digging. No, I take that back. At Outpost Charlie, we've got confirmation there's ores there. And they need to connect somewhere, so we ended up doing it at Kayla's. But Kayla hasn't been playing for a while, so we've repurposed her two places. She had like a guest house and that into two different stations. So one of these, this is actually wrong. This should be connecting up here. I can adjust that. Because there's a north station and a south station. The south station is connecting on the orange line because we've got a couple spaces over here for whatever reason. And so eventually we can get all this done up. And then I think I ended up attaching a walkway here, so if you get off at South Station and walk the rails, you can actually get into Magic Mountain. And so what I did recently to try to bear down on what I was doing, I had previously we searched this with a friend, and if you go down to the floor and go east, we found a temple type thing. It's all brick. It has libraries, and I wanted to try to excavate it. So, like, this has become a dig site, and I lost the dig site a couple times, mostly from having to restart and or reset this machine, and I kept losing my waypoints. So I finally got it there, and then to make sure where it is, I built a little walkway here. So that's what the black line is. It's just a walking path from Vale there, which is actually funny because this is underground mostly, this black line here. But there's a surface access, and then there's the tunnel access. But it gives us a new place to dig and explore. So there's that. Yeah, and then, so originally, I don't know what happened, but I was at the dig site and I was trying to figure out how to get back to Vale most efficiently. I went south and I missed the rail. I don't know how. It's a giant thing in the sky. So I just kept going south and I was like, how farther to go? And if I didn't have my waypoint, so I didn't know where I was going. I don't know why I keep looking at the camera when I'm like this. But so I just kept going, and this is about where I went. I'm definitely too far south. Let me figure this out. But just the fact that there's more fruit here definitely means there's more we can be doing on the server to gather those sort of resources. So I don't know. Vale's ready for another expansion yet. I think there are other things we can do to try to make that thing happen. And I think what I want to do, like Brandon made these really cool water-based elevators. I think I'm just going to go around, I'm going to make them with ladders. Because why the fuck bother with hauling water around? So I think if we go and we do the green line, get that connected, then I can change these purples to blues, and then I get the orange because it's only like 3 spots. Oh, you know what? I'd have to actually make stops. I don't know if we have the rails for that. That's alright. Get Spencer at least an access point, even if they don't have proper stops. Like Spencer has a stop but no access point. And then I'm curious how to get these in line. I think the idea, let me change colors here. Do yellow. I think the idea should be maybe make it even with the, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Go this way and then make a station at Farmers. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, that sounds good. So that's our minute in Minecraft, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know. Part of me is really looking forward to 1.9 coming out, so that all my mods get the 1.8 expansions, and then resetting the server so that we can have a more condensed area and we can harvest it properly. Because we're so this is such spread out. It's so hard to maintain. It's not cost efficient. When we could just dig properly. I mean, the guys are really good at doing strip mines, but they do them all over the place instead of like, hey, let's start here and spread out and take everything. So maybe that'll be a thing. Alright, but that's all I got for you today. Until you see us next time, I am Kamurai. Have a nice day. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels. Thanks for watching.